Okay, let's dive right into this explainer on a fascinating concept from ATAF Solutions that honestly fundamentally changes how we think about building lasting wealth. We're looking at something they called the Damn Well framework, and specifically, what they so elegantly refer to as the art of retention. It is so easy to spend our entire lives trying to master the art of earning, right? Chasing promotions, starting new side hustles, just grinding for extra income streams. But very, very few of us actually master retaining what we earn. So we're going to show you exactly why retention is the absolutely critical missing piece to the wealth puzzle and how mastering it can completely transform your financial trajectory.
To really expose this massive financial trap that so many of us fall for, let's look at two earners over a 10-year period. Let's say person A earns 100,000 shillings, but they consciously retain 30,000 of it every single month. Next to them, we have person B. Now, person B is earning 5 times as much, 500,000 shillings, but they're retaining absolutely nothing. If we look at these two after a decade, who is actually wealthier? It's undeniably person A. It's crazy, but this proves that more income doesn't automatically equal more wealth. If you're earning a massive income but keeping nothing, you are likely still experiencing deep, deep financial stress. So the crucial takeaway here is captured perfectly by this quote: income creates opportunity, retention creates wealth. Think of it this way: earning simply gets you in the game. It buys you the ticket, it opens doors. But keeping what you earn, actually trapping that value before it slips through your fingers, that is the only way to genuinely win the game. It's a huge mindset shift that really separates the truly wealthy from people who are just high-earning consumers. ATAF Solutions formally defines this practice as the art of retention. Basically, it's your ability to ensure that every single shilling entering your life has a clear purpose and a highly specific destination. This is a massive mental pivot away from blind consumption, because think about it. If every shilling is consumed on your lifestyle, absolutely nothing remains to actually build wealth. It's about purposefully directing your money rather than, well, getting to the end of the month and wondering where on earth it all magically vanished to.
At the very center of this framework is a brilliant visual metaphor, the dam principle. Now, notice the fluid, river-like blue and red swoosh of the ATAF Solutions logo here. That isn't just some clever design choice. It fundamentally represents the flow of your resources. And to really grasp this concept of retention, we actually need to stop looking at our money as boring numbers on a spreadsheet and start visualizing it as water actively flowing through a physical landscape. So imagine your money physically for a second. The river flowing in, that represents your income. It's a constant stream. The dam itself is your personal financial system, and the resulting reservoir sitting safely behind that dam, that is your actual wealth. The secret of every successful dam in the real world isn't just how fast the river flows into it, it's the dam's retention capacity. Similarly, the secret to your wealth isn't just the size of your paycheck, it's how much of that income is caught, retained, and converted into a deep, powerful reservoir of assets. Of course, to effectively manage this dam and ensure the water isn't just washing away uncontrollably, every single shilling must be routed through one of 4 specific gates: wealth building, security, impact, and living. If you don't deliberately control these gates, the water's going to find its own chaotic way out, and usually that leaves your reservoir completely bone dry. Let's walk through each one of these gates to see exactly how they function.
First up, Gate 1, Wealth Building. This includes your SACCO savings, money market funds, treasury bills, real estate, land, businesses, and stocks. This is the gate that directly expands your reservoir. Now, the absolute golden rule from ATAF Solutions here is that this gate should always, always be opened first. You must pay yourself before you pay everyone else. Catch the water here before it flows downstream to literally any other obligation.
Gate number 2 is security. This gate intentionally routes water to build your emergency funds, your insurance policies, and your medical cover. And why is this absolutely critical? Because let's face it, every physical dam has to be prepared for unexpected floods, and similarly, every family has to be prepared for sudden emergencies. This gate creates vital resilience in your financial system, making sure a sudden crisis doesn't just blow out your entire dam and destroy everything you've built. The third gate is impact. This one allows you to direct a portion of your income toward things like family support, charity, your church, or broader community initiatives. Directing your resources to improve lives beyond your own creates incredible, deep, personal purpose. It's a great reminder that building wealth isn't just about hoarding resources, right? It's about channeling your financial power to where it can do the most meaningful good in the world. And the final gate is living. This covers all your everyday lifestyle needs: housing, food, transport, education, entertainment.
Now, the real challenge here isn't the act of spending itself, it's preventing this single gate from consuming all the water. For a lot of folks who are struggling financially, the living gate is just jammed wide open, draining the entire river before a single drop ever has a chance to reach the wealth building or security gates.
Section 1. The Enemies of Retention. Threats to your dam. Let's see what we're up against here.
Even the strongest, most robust dams face physical threats that can drain the reservoir dry over time. The first enemies to watch out for are financial leakages. We're talking about impulse buying, betting, consumer debt, or actually, how about that fourth streaming subscription you totally forgot you were still paying for? These are tiny, silent holes in your dam. They don't look like much individually, but together, they slowly, continuously drain your wealth without you even noticing. A drip here, a drip there, and suddenly your reservoir is shockingly empty at the end of the month. Then we have enemy number 2, silt accumulation. In a real dam, silt builds up at the bottom and takes up valuable space where fresh water should be. Financially speaking, this represents the heavy, toxic sludge of expensive debt, high-interest loans, and poor investments. This silt literally clogs your entire financial system, drastically reducing your capacity to hold real wealth and bogging down your progress for years. Finally, enemy number 3, oversized spillways. This happens when lifestyle inflation and status spending completely take over. You know the drill. Your income goes up and you immediately buy a flashier car or move into a bigger house just to impress others. When you do that, you are intentionally opening an oversized spillway. You're forcing the incoming water to rush right out of your system instead of allowing it to safely raise the level of your wealth reservoir.
To combat these pretty aggressive enemies, I want you to consider one powerful number: 30%. If someone consciously retains just 30% of a moderate income by plugging those leaks and managing those spillways, they will easily, mathematically, outperform a high earner who retains nothing. It's a real game changer. The key variable in wealth building is always, always retention. And this brilliantly illustrates the core mathematics behind all of this, the ATF retention formula. The false belief that traps so many of us is that wealth simply equals income. But the true formula, wealth equals income multiplied by a retention rate multiplied by time. This mathematical reality proves that your retention rate, combined with the time you allow it to compound, are the true engines of wealth creation. Income is literally just the starting variable.
By mastering that formula, you actually chronologically graduate through 5 specific stages of wealth. You move from stage 1, survival, where every single shilling you earn is spent, up through stability and security. Then you hit stage 4, growth, where your investments actually start generating their own income. And finally, you reach stage 5, absolute financial freedom, where your passive income completely exceeds your living expenses. At this stage, your dam is fully self-sustaining. The dream, right?
Now, ATF Solutions is completely dedicated to guiding individuals, families, and businesses through this exact journey to build their own personal financial dam. Their mission goes way beyond simple accounting. It's genuinely about helping you move from financial overwhelm straight to financial freedom. And they do this by helping you understand your cash flow, identify those hidden leakages we talked about, control your spending, build those solid emergency reserves, and create bulletproof long-term investment plans.
So the wealthiest people aren't always those who earn the absolute most. They are for sure the ones who retain the most. They actively stop the leaks, they build the river, they expand the reservoir, and they generate true power from their resources. Mastering the art of retention is the definitive key to moving beyond merely making a living and truly stepping into the realm of building lasting, multi-generational wealth.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative thought to reflect on regarding your own income. Take a hard, honest look at your daily financial habits and ask yourself, is your financial dam building a powerful reservoir, or are you just letting the river flow right through? Thanks so much for joining me today, and I highly encourage you to start examining your own gates right now.